Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Subsistence. So this is just going to be a short sneak peek video. Cold Games dropped a big one on us a couple of days ago. Alpha 67 has released to experimental. I know it caught everybody off guard. We were not expecting it, and it was a very nice surprise midweek. So I just want to show you some of the changes that are going in Alpha 67. So the one of the big things, and I'm not a developer, so I'm just going to read this to you, um, is that he's moving away from UDK and has moved over to the fully licensed engine source code. I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently it's important. And it opens up huge possibilities and freedom for continued development, says Cold Games. So that is great news. Um, Another big thing is we now have a new growable crop, and it's wheat. And I have one planted right here. You can see it right there. And I just found it out like you would pick up anything else, a medicinal herb or a blueberry. I would equate it to like picking up a blueberry. It's just a single wheat that you pick up and then you turn it into a seed and plant it. So with that wheat that you harvest, you can make flour. So that's the next big thing for Alpha 67 is new recipes. So we only have the frying pan. So we're only going to be able to read those recipes, but we'll go through them here. So we've got the hash brown. That's not new. Liver and onions is not new, but it looks like it's reworked. You can see it looks a little different now. Uh, Looks more realistic. So we've got our steak and eggs. That's always been there. We've got an omelet that takes eggs, tomatoes, onions, and mushrooms. So finally a use for the mushrooms. We can't make that because we'll have to go to the caves to get mushrooms, but at least they've got a purpose now instead of just eating them raw. We've also got a bacon and egg sandwich. So you know how we had kind of stopped killing pigs because it just wasn't worth the ammo for what you get from the pig, right? Well, we'll be back to killing pigs now because you can get bacon from the pigs. So the bacon and egg sandwich is bacon, eggs, and bread. We also have fish and chips. So that's going to be the two cod fillets, not cod fillets, the two fish steaks, two flour, potatoes, and lard. And we'll get into the lard in just a second. We also have fish cakes, which is the fish fillet, crawfish, um, mashed potatoes, and eggs. And then we have the honey glazed pork and vegetables, which has always been there. So to make the lard, we need the saucepan, but it's under, you would use the animal fat. So we've got another use for the animal fat now. We just ran out of power. Let's turn this back on. I'm refining some ore, by the way. That's why we ran out of power. So yeah, so animal fat for the lard. We'll make the lard now. So we are going to have to really be mindful about getting that fat. And I'm not sure what this recipe is right here. I can't hover over it because I don't have that pot. So the bacon pan, you can see some new recipes. That looks like beef Wellington right there. There's the bread. That's some kind of tart or pie. And then that looks like, I don't know, some kind of meat pie, maybe. I'll have to see once we get that pan. And then there's another tab here now called prep. And that's where you get your flour. So flour is for wheat. Pastry, that's probably for that pie that we saw. It takes flour and lard, and you can see it takes 15 lard. So that's a heavy lift right there. Bread dough. And that's from the flour and water. We also have a chicken and salad sandwich. So that's the premium chicken that we have out there in our animal pen. Tomato, medicinal herbs, and bread. And we also have an egg sandwich. And that's just boiled eggs, medicinal herbs, and bread. So a couple of these we will be able to make once we get some wheat. And then the others will wait on the bacon pan in the pot. So Another big change, and I can't show it to you because I don't have the furniture workbench yet, but it's the furniture workbench and it's a new painting mechanic. So we'll be able to paint our base. I think it uses maybe coal from the caves. I think that's right. I think we would need coal from the caves to be able to paint our base. But yeah, so I just wanted to get this short video out there to just detail those changes and let you know what's happening. And we're going to leave, so I'm in experimental mode now. Alpha 67 was released to experimental mode. It's going to be tested, and once Cold Games is happy with it, he'll flip it over to stable. So we're going to stay in experimental mode for our series. So we can get the new recipes and all that good stuff. So yeah, so we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.